I need to speak with you. Meet me in your office right away.
I'd love to, Francis, but I have to debrief Sarif first.
I suppose you could, or you could hear what I have to say and see if that doesn't change things. Pritchard out.
I can't believe it, Jensen. An internment camp smack dab in the middle of Detroit. Shit. You know, people have been talking about these kind of things ever since I was a kid. But to actually find evidence, to know the people running this country distrust us so much, makes you wonder if they really did close Guantanamo.
Adam, did you hear? Someone stirred up a hornet's nest in gang territory. Derelict Row. The DRBs are raging. Apparently they're looking for some augmented nut who was in their territory. Guy's got a death wish. I hope my sister's all right. She lives near Derelict Row. Man, if it was up to me, I'd just carpet bomb the whole district. No big loss.
What is everyone still doing here? What am I still doing here?
I don't have time to talk to you, Jensen. I've got a lot of work to catch up on.
Now that things have calmed down, I think I'll head home.
Maybe you should concern yourself with security. That's your job, isn't it?
Got anything you need help with, Mr. J, you come get me. I wouldn't mind busting some heads with you, especially some of those anti-augmentation radicals.
Hey Adam, you flying off again? I saw Malik refueling the chopper. No rest for the wicked, huh? Don't worry about HQ, we're on the job.
Hey boss, you been up to see Mr. Sarif yet? Asked me to remind you to go see him, if you haven't yet.
How you feeling, Adam? Quite the first day back, huh? Looks like you're taking to those augments pretty well, though. You haven't lost a step.
He actually came by and spoke to me personally. Must be something important.
I'd like to finish up what I have to do so I can get home. I'd rather not spend another night at the office. I don't have time to talk to you, Jensen. I've got a lot of work to catch up on. Maybe you should concern yourself with security. That's your job, isn't it?
Upscale hotel in Prague today.
Did you hear? Police are saying a major firefight broke out in Derelict Road. They found dead gangers everywhere. Man, whoever did it was sick. I'm telling you, this city is about ready to explode. You just watch.
Hey, Adam, you gonna leave something for us to do? Or are we only good enough for keeping watch over the cleaning crew?
You feeling all right, Jensen? Mr. Sarah's been pushing you pretty hard since you've been back. Now, I know you got some personal incentive in this, but take it easy, huh? You don't want to end up back on the injured reserve list.
Your one-man army routine is gonna put us all out of jobs.
Hi, Adam. Look, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy nut job, but, is it true you found a secret government internment facility right here in Detroit? Goddamn government. Emergency management, my shiny white ass. The mechanism for martial law is in place, buddy. You just watch.
We need everyone on high alert. It's not only the pro-Augs who might want to get a Taggart, but the ones against them too.
You're saying that pro-human activists might see this visit as treachery?
I'm just saying anything is possible, so keep your eyes out for suspicious characters.
Right.
No one relaxes until Taggart and his entourage are out of the building.
Hey boss, I heard there was some kind of commotion at the downtown police station earlier. You know that's the precinct that was handling the investigation into the first attack against us, don't you?
Got it covered here, boss. Don't you worry.
We're attacked, then the police handling the investigation get attacked. I guess it's a stretch to think that the two are related.
I think Mr. Seraph might be expecting you.
Adam, is Mr. Seraph really shipping you off to China? What's he thinking? You don't send your chief of security halfway around the world just hours after a terrorist attack on your company? It doesn't make sense.
Hey, Mr.
I
Jensen.
think the roads are okay.
Cindy left for the night about an hour ago.
Demonstration ended hours
So did most
ago.
of the others. I guess you know your way around by now, though, right? I got the front
That's a
desk,
good
but don't
idea.
expect me to
They
take
are
any
looking
phone
for
calls. That ain't in my contract.
Okay, I'll be home soon.
Access denied.
Most of the team is sticking around, sir, in case the attack on the plant was just phase 1 of a more devious plan.
Well, can you blame him? A security breach of this magnitude? It's like our entire network has been violated.
How the hell did they get past the firewall?
I don't know, but he's got a shitload of new coding to do. All the passwords he has to reset? Ooh, ouch.
That's probably why he's so stressed.
No kidding.
Hey, Adam. I think Frank wanted to see you. He seemed really stressed.
Adam, is it true Mr. Sarif is sending you to China? I mean, you've only just got back to work, and I would think we'd need you here. I guess David knows what he's doing.
They'd better not keep you. Take it easy, okay?
Just saw Taggart and his lapdog in here. What a couple of hypocrites, especially that doctor. Yes, hello? The way things are going, maybe Mr. Sarif should consider selling to her. I heard she was a gymnast, took over her father's company after an accident. See you later.
Access denied. Access denied.
Prison camp hidden in Highland Park? Gotta be kidding. Oh, and real estate. You know, he listens to that conspiracy radio DJ all the time.
Access granted. Access granted.
What is everyone still doing here? What am I still doing here?
Access granted. Access granted. Access granted.
What do you want?
As much as I hate to admit it, I need your help. That signal you shut down in DRB territory. It's been active for almost a year.
You're telling me someone outside this company has had access to our network since before the first attack?
I've detected intrusions before and shut them down swiftly every time. But whoever designed this particular algorithm is good. Very good.
You've told Sarif?
See, here's the thing. The intrusions were possible because of a backdoor access into our security system that I never even knew existed.
The one Sanders' team used to get inside our plant.
I've worked here for 7 years, Jensen, and this is the first time I've seen that particular access route. David Sarif created it specifically to bypass the firewall. He's hiding something, and I think you should find out what it is.
Why me?
Because, as far as I can tell, Sarif created that access and was streaming a lot of data through it shortly after your ex-girlfriend suggested he hire you. Don't you have some investigating to do? I told you that backdoor pipeline allowed someone to hack into our system. It cost people their lives.
Excuse me.
Mr. Jensen, isn't it?
Sir, you have that charity dinner?
In a moment, Isaiah. I was hoping I might run into you, Mr. Jensen. Bill Taggart.
The founder of the Humanity Front. I know who you are.
Yes. Yes, I imagine you do. As David Sarif's top security man, I imagine you have quite the file on me. But I assure you, Mr. Jensen, I am devastated by recent events.
Really?
I do not support what you and your company are doing to mankind. I believe it's extremely dangerous. But abolishing human enhancement technologies will only be achieved through legal means.
I'll keep that in mind.
This is your first day back since the accident 6 months ago, isn't it?
Sir, we have to go.
What happened to me was no accident.
Ah, my mistake. But it must have been stressful facing down a second incident so soon. I imagine it brought back all kinds of unpleasant memories.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Taggart, but it was nothing I couldn't handle.
I'm a psychologist, Mr. Jensen. I know when a man is hiding behind words. The flesh may heal, but the mind is not always so resilient. You might want to keep that in mind. Now, if you'll be so kind as to excuse me.
I'm curious about something, Mr. Taggart. What is it you hope to accomplish by coming here tonight?
I would think that would be obvious. Your company has been viciously targeted. The violence and bloodshed that's occurred, it must be stopped. But I'm afraid it won't be until men of wisdom and understanding come to an agreement.
About what?
About the future, Mr. Jensen. This enhancement technology threatens to change the course of human evolution, to redefine what it even means to be human. You think governments can afford to let that go unregulated?
You can't stop progress, Mr. Taggart.
Perhaps not. But neither can we afford to sit by and watch it happen on its own. Not when we have the ability, the collective will, and foresight to influence it.
I see. Thank you for illuminating me.
Anytime. I'm glad we had a chance to talk, Mr. Jensen. Meeting you has been very informative. You will think on what I said, won't you?
You're Taggart's aide, aren't you? Dr. Isaiah Sandoval, isn't it?
No need to play ignorant, Mr. Jensen. I am quite sure you have a file on me that's as thick as the one you have on Mr. Taggart.
You're an outspoken activist in your own right, Dr. Sandoval.
When you have seen the things that I have, you find you have no choice but to stand up and be counted. Frankly, I am surprised an ex-cop like yourself isn't more disturbed by the dangers of this technology.
Augmentations help a lot of people, Doc. Handicapped, war vets.
Yes, but at what cost? My own friend had his life ruined by these so-called enhancements of yours. A man much like you who had no choice but to become augmented. Yet once he was, too much power can make you do terrible things, Mr. Jensen. I suggest you think long and hard on that.
I'd like to hear more about your friend, Dr. Sandoval. What exactly did he do?
Nothing.
Was he injured in the Gulf?
He went on a rampage in a shopping mall, if you must know, hoping to be gunned down by the police, rather than face a lifetime battling augmentation addiction.
He was addicted to augments?
They don't talk about it in those corporate brochures of yours, do they? Neuroposine dependency, rejection psychosis, any number of physical and psychological ills have resulted from this technology, and yet we rarely hear a word about them.
I'm sure the literature is out there.
No thanks to the throng of corporate lawyers attempting to stop it.
Your friend, did he succeed? Did he suicide by cop?
No. Bill Taggart talked him down. I am sure you are very busy, Mr. Jensen, as are Mr. Taggart and I. I trust you will think on what I have said.
Just doing my job here, sir. I'm sure you can appreciate that. But most of your people have been kind enough to give us a wide berth, so let's keep the hassle to a minimum.
Real shame what happened at your factory tonight. My condolences. We'll be out of here shortly. Then you can all relax.
Athena, you've been at this company a long time.
I hope that's not a comment about my age, Adam.
No. But I know nothing gets by you. If Sarif had done something that could compromise us.
Mr. Sarif has only the best interests of this company in mind, Adam.
I'm not questioning that.
Aren't you? I've been here since the beginning. I've seen how he built this up from nothing. He cares for his people. He truly believes what we're doing is important, and he would never do anything to jeopardize it.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
No, you shouldn't have. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. You better get in there, Adam. David's been waiting. Try not to get him upset. This whole situation is really weighing on him.
Boss, we need to talk.
Is something wrong?
I'm not sure. Did you set up a private access route to bypass the company firewall right before you hired me?
What?
Pritchard said someone's been using it to access our system since before the first attack. The security measures he and I set in place never stopped them because we didn't even know the loophole existed.
Oh, I see. Frank's fixed that, though, right?
He has now, but he's wondering why you never mentioned it.
Frank's paranoid, Adam. You know that. Can a busy man forget things once in a while?
You streamed an awful lot of data through that portal, boss. Right before you brought me on board. Pritchard may be paranoid, but I gotta admit, I'm wondering what was in it too.
Yeah, as an ex-cop, I guess you would. But the important thing is you found the hole and plugged it. We're secure now. And the information you uncovered in that FEMA facility may actually help us track these guys. So let's just stay focused on what's important. Adam, are we done here?
I want to, believe me. I want to catch these guys as badly as you do. But that breach is responsible for every security crisis we've had, including today's. If you want me to stop these guys, I need to know what kind of data they've had access to.
You're right, you're right. I'm sorry if I seem evasive. But you can't expect me to tell you every detail of this company's operations every single day. We're at war here, and it's your job to protect us from enemies who try to take us down. You should have found that loophole without my having to tell you about it. You know, Frank wanted me to hire experts, an outside security firm to protect us, but you convinced me you could do it. Are you saying you were wrong? Adam, are we done here?
I think I proved myself today. And the only reason I'm worried about that loophole right now is because the data you streamed through it could have been accessed, backtraced, and stolen by the men who attacked us. Our enemies might still find a way to hurt us with it.
What? Well, I never considered that. I'm sorry, son. I guess you have proved yourself today. Your concerns about the data being compromised won't really be an issue as long as we stay strong and work together as a team. That's all I've ever tried to do here. Find the best, most qualified people I can, and bring them all together so they can complement each other. Now, Megan understood that. That's why she suggested I hire you in the first place. To help this little family of ours survive.
Boss, I never meant to imply... Look, I'll back off, if that's what you want. But when you start dragging Megan into this, it puts me on the defensive.
Well, I guess I can see why it would. The data I streamed had nothing to do with Megan or her work. It was just a routine, fact-finding check that sprang from one of our discussions. The kind of check I have to run quite often around here, believe it or not. Now, if somebody backtraces the transmission and gets a look at it, I very much doubt they'll know what to do with it. Trust me, we're fine.
I would like nothing better than to trust you with this, boss. But trust is a two-way street, and the way you've handled this entire conversation so far makes me think that it's you who isn't trusting me. Why, boss? What is it you're so afraid to tell me?
Adam, of course I trust you, son. And it's not that I'm afraid to tell you the truth. It's just that, honestly, I'm afraid you'll take it the wrong way. All right. Look, the truth is, I set up a confidential data channel for a private investigator, someone who can run covert background checks on people, potential new recruits, like you.
You what?
I had to, Adam. You were a liability, remember? You'd just been fired from SWAT. Now, Megan believed in you, but I had to be sure. Look, I don't want this to come between us. I'll send the files to your computer. You can see for yourself what he dug up. But Adam, you'd better be sure.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes the past should stay in the past. Once you see that data, you can't unring the bell. When you're ready, come back and talk to me. We need to discuss our next move. Here, this is for you. It's a corporate passport encoded with your biometrics. I've set up a false flag routing which should get you to Henshaw Island without any problems.
You're sending me to China? What about FEMA?
FEMA's got nothing to do with this, trust me. We'll have better luck in China.
How can you say that? I saw the bastard who killed Megan pulling his men out of that facility. I left one of those men dead in its underground storage bay.
I know that, Adam. Frank was monitoring the whole thing. So I also know that before he died, that man gave you an address in China. I want you to check it out.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Adam. There's a reason this company's under attack. You think it has to do with the Typhoon or with some other top-secret military project that I haven't told you about?
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. The work Megan's team was doing before they were killed, it was redefining what it means to be human. This company, Seraph Industries, was about to lead mankind to its next stage in human development. Self-controlled evolution. Can't you see how scary that can be to some people?
Sure. I also see how lucrative it can be for some others.
It's never been about money for me, Adam. But you're right. There are people out there who don't exactly feel the same.
Like who?
I'm hoping you'll be able to find that answer for us in China. So get going. Farida's prepping the chopper.
Access granted. Access denied.
Hey, Jensen. The boss said you were on your way. You're gonna love Hangsha.
You've been there?
Used to live there. I spent 3, maybe 4 years working in the upper city, and most of my nights having fun in the lower one. You ready to go?
I thought I was. How long is this gonna take, Malik?
You mean the flight or the fun afterward? Don't worry, we'll be there before you know it. Climb in.